Hi everyone, and welcome to the Geekanoids Mac and Tech Show number 3. Thanks very much everyone for joining me. This is your chance to ask questions about the various YouTube videos that I've been putting up on my YouTube channel. If you've got anything you want to ask relating to those questions, then please do fire away in the chat. I'll obviously try and answer them. And also, if you have any Mac and tech related questions, then this is the place to ask. Now, I've been on YouTube for a long time now. UStream is new to me, but I'm going to be broadcasting the Mac and Tech Show every Sunday at 10 AM Pacific Time, 6 PM GMT. Now, I'm based in the UK, so I've moved the time to this slightly later slot for me, just so that viewers from across the channel can obviously join in on the show. Now, if you do miss this live broadcast, then don't worry, I will be publishing it on my YouTube channel, so you can obviously pick up on the broadcast later on. Now, a couple of things just to get out of the way for this segment of the show. I just wanted to bring your attention to probably one of the longest reviews that I've done on YouTube for a long time, and that was of the Ipevo Solo Skype phone. Now, this is the first product in my video reviews that has been awarded my Gold Award, and it was almost a 20-minute long review. So for those of you who've actually watched the review, thank you very much for watching it. Basically, Skype I use every day, day in, day out. It saves me a lot of money on my online communications. And this Solo phone from Ipevo is a desktop phone. It connects via Ethernet, and then you can basically make Skype calls and receive Skype calls without having to have your Mac or your PC turned on. So this can be connected to your network all the time. This isn't the actual phone. I've got one viewer, Cetera fan 123. Thanks for that question. This isn't the phone that I currently use. If you just bear with me a second, I'll show you what I currently use. And my phone I use at the moment is a Netgear, which is an SPH200D, if I remember the model number correctly. And this is a wireless phone. So the base of this particular one connects to my Ethernet network, and then this connects wirelessly via Wi-Fi, and it allows me to make both Skype calls and landline calls. I've had it for about a year and a half now. It's a very nice phone, and I probably wouldn't choose to change it, but since I reviewed this Ipevo phone, I am going to actually keep hold of this unit. The quality of the calls that were possible with this Ipevo phone were far superior to that Netgear wireless handset, and I think that's purely because it's wired in. It's got a noise and echo cancellation built into the handset, so I think that that contributed towards the fantastic quality that the Ipevo phone delivered. I was also impressed by the user interface. You've also got 3 quick dials built in on the keypad down here. There's like 3 quick dial buttons. That came in very useful. And also it has a speakerphone built in as well, so I can actually talk to somebody on Skype through this handset whilst I'm working as well. Normally I wouldn't do that on the Mac because with the built-in microphone and speakers you do get some echo problems unless you've got a headset on, and I work a lot of hours editing. I don't like to wear a headset all day, so this will be superb because I can do my VoIP communications via Skype whilst I'm working on my iMac. So I just wanted to give a shout out to this really. I know I've already put the review up, but I just wanted to share with you all that this Ipevo Solo phone, I'm in no way connected to the company, they just sent me this to review. Really does get my thumbs up. It is a fantastic product, but I'm not going to go on any more about it because I've already obviously bored you to tears with my extra long review that appeared on my YouTube channel over the last couple of days. This is one of my forthcoming reviews, and looks like this. It's absolutely brand new to the market. Now, you would have seen a couple of probably not a couple of months ago, probably about a month ago, I reviewed the XMI Mini 2 speaker, and it was just a single speaker that connected to your iPod, iPhone, whatever MP3 player you've got. And the company XMI Limited then sent me this, which is their brand new speaker, and this is called, it actually escapes me the name of it, if you just bear with me a moment. This is called the XMI Max 2, sorry, the XMI X Mini Max 2, and it's basically two speakers, and they're actually connected together for transportation. They provide you a little pouch with the speakers as well to carry them round, and they actually pull together with a magnet to keep them in one nice neat package. And then you pull them apart, sit them on your desk. There's a little connection port on the side here, so you connect the two speakers together, and then the cable then goes into your iPhone, iPod or MP3 player. There's also extra ports around the back, so you can daisy chain lots of these together. So if you could have maybe 8 of these and daisy chain them all around your desk. It's sort of not quite the idea behind them. The idea behind them is that they're portable speakers. They've also got a built-in battery so that they recharge, and I've done some early tests of these. I'm not going to be putting my review up probably for about another week to 10 days. But early indications are that they really do rock. They really output some fantastic sound. I had these with some sort of psychedelic house music pumping out, and they were dancing across the desk. They're actually vibrating across the desk because the frequency that they deliver is very impressive. Little blue LED as well. I'll just switch that on. So when they're on, you've got the blue LED. They recharge off of USB. So you can connect them to your computer or a wall socket to charge them, and the battery life on these, in my first test I got just over 7 hours of battery life. The manufacturers claim up to 11 hours. That was on a full charge. I don't know if I charged them fully, but 11 hours of use, or even the 7.5 hours that I got from these little speakers, is pretty impressive. Not sure on the pricing yet in the UK. I would envisage they're going to be round about £25. I'm not even sure that they're actually available in the UK yet. So, but certainly when they are, by the time I publish my review, I'll update it with the actual cost of the units. But I love these little portable speakers because I travel around quite a lot. The fact that there's two as well, I didn't even think of this, is I do travel with my iPod and obviously my laptop. These would be great for using with my MacBook Pro as well. Two quick questions for viewers that are watching the show. What would you like me to review in the future? I have a lot of reviews obviously already planned, but I obviously want to bring you reviews that are relevant to what you want to listen to. So give me a shout out. You can either email me via the website, email me via my YouTube channel, and I will try and deliver the reviews as and when I can. Cetera Fan 123, thanks very much for that. The Palm Pre is obviously something that I would love to bring you, but in the UK the Palm Pre is quite expensive and only available on contract. I have been in contact with Palm. They haven't as yet responded and made me any offer of a loan unit, so it's unlikely that at this early stage I'll be able to bring you that review. but obviously if I can, I will borrow a model from a colleague or a friend, and I'll bring you a review just as soon as I can. Anyway, moving on, and very appropriately, Sam0320 has been asking about Windows 7, and it was actually in my next segment to cover, so it's fantastic that you've asked that question, Sam. One of my YouTube viewers, Dratzy10, asked what I think of Windows 7. Now I'll give you a little clue. I should have a little prop around here somewhere, just to let you know I have some Windows 7 napkins here. I've also got a few other Windows 7 bits and pieces that Microsoft sent me because I actually held a Windows 7 party just the other day, and I'm working on the video review of the party, and also some insight into what I think of Windows 7. So I'll talk about it now for you. I've installed it on both a PC Windows based laptop. I've also installed it on my iMac behind me here using VMware Fusion, and it's okay. It's a lot better than what I've been used to with Vista. The things I like: it installs a lot quicker, it has a lot cleaner user interface. They've seemed to have got rid of all of the clutter along the bottom of the screen. They've done a nice thing that's, I know it's horrible to make comparisons, but similar to Expose, where the applications move down into sort of a docking area, and the windows that you've minimized go down behind those application icons. It's a lot faster, it seems a lot more stable, but, and this is the but, it's not just because I'm an Apple fanboy. The big but comes into it, that the underlying code behind Windows 7 still is Vista and XP. It's a mishmash of code. Now, don't get me wrong, they've done a fantastic job. They have improved it a great deal, but Microsoft need to address the situation with stability, with virus protection, and with hard disk access. My pet hate with operating systems is when a computer continually accesses the hard disk, whether it's for buffering of data, or whether it's running out of memory and it's having to use a file to use virtual memory, or whether it's just struggling to get the data that it needs. I just hate hard disk activity, and it's one of the things that Windows has done from XP onwards for me, and until they get rid of all of their convoluted code and completely start from scratch, I don't think they're ever going to produce an operating system that really delivers what people are hoping. Now, I wasn't planning to talk about Snow Leopard, but Cetrafan, you've prompted me to talk a little bit about Snow Leopard. With this latest release, I've been very pleased. The performance has been absolutely fantastic, but it has introduced a few little problems. I am getting a lot more hard disk activity. I'm getting a lot more page out files as well, and that's on an iMac with 4 GB of RAM. And I am also getting a few problems with Flash, with YouTube, and also with producing QuickTime files with the new QuickTime 10. The files that it produces just aren't compatible with my other applications. Even Apple's own Final Cut Express, which I use for producing all of my YouTube videos and all of my content, the video that QuickTime 10 produces doesn't quite deliver what I was getting with the previous version, which was QuickTime 7 Pro. So Snow Leopard is great, don't get me wrong, it's a big improvement, Snow Leopard, over just Leopard, the previous version, but there will be a lot more updates, I'm sure, coming from Apple to further refine it. As you all know, I've been producing the videos on YouTube for a long time. Some of you that are watching this show and a lot of you that contact me throughout the week are experienced YouTube users. Now, I've been getting quite frustrated, not with the content. I think my content's fine. Obviously, I'm continually going to try and improve it for you, but I've been watching a lot of US based channels that cover very similar subject matter. Sometimes the other YouTube channels that I'm looking at don't even seem to handle the advice. They're just talking about an advice with screenshots and images of a device, so not really a hands-on review, but they seem to get a lot more views. And I've found out that there is certainly a lot more promotional activity that you can do with YouTube if you have a US based YouTube channel. So help me out here, people. If you can spread the word about my channel, get me more viewers across the world. I know that at the moment around about 80% of my viewers are already from the United States. The remaining 20% is a split between other countries and the UK. But certainly if you can spread the word, if you've got other subscribers or friends on YouTube, then bring them over to my channel. If they don't like the content, they're not going to stick around, but at least if you want to help out, bring a few more viewers to my videos, it would be greatly appreciated. I would really appreciate it. Now, next week's a busy week for me. I've got a review of the Canon SX200 IS that I'm uploading as we speak, so Monday morning that'll be online. Monday late or possibly Tuesday morning, this UStream broadcast will also be online, thankfully without the comments that have appeared in the chat room. And then later in the week I'm going to be bringing you a few more reviews. I've got some reviews of a laptop case from a company called Unia, and then I'm also going to be working on, these aren't going to be online next week, but I'm working on a review of the Epson PX710W, also a Fuji digital camera. I've got a Xerox laser printer that I'm testing at the moment as well, and an Asus laptop. So all of those reviews I'm going to be working on next week for you to publish up on my YouTube channel the week after. So I certainly hope that you'll stick around and give me your feedback on what you think of those reviews. I've also just had another question from Cetera fan asking how long it takes me to make a video. Well, that's a very valid question. I do invest a lot of time on my reviews because I would like them to be quite thorough. So, using the Ipevo solo phone that I showed you at the beginning of this broadcast as an example, the company would send me the product or email me and ask if I'd like to review it, and from when it lands on my desk, I like to use the product for at least the very minimum, depending on the product type, for like a week. If it's a more in-depth review and a more complicated product, then I like to use it for around about 2 weeks, or if I'm allowed the time, 2 to 4 weeks. And then the reason that you see an unboxing is because I then like to box up the product so that I can share with you the experience of what it's like to actually unpack the product as if you purchased it. It gives you, the viewer, the opportunity to see what you get for your money. I think that's very important with a lot of products, so I like to give you the unboxing if and when I can. And then to produce the actual video for around about, say, a 5 to 10 minute YouTube video takes about 30 minutes to an hour to actually film. I have to set up lights, set up my wireless mic, camcorder, etc. And then about, say, 30 minutes to make sure I get enough content there for a good 5 to 10 minute video review for you. Then it's back to the Mac that's sitting behind me, and it takes, again, if I've recorded 30 minutes of footage, it takes 30 minutes to transfer or capture that footage into Final Cut Express, and then to edit the video together. When I first started, it would take me probably about an hour to do the video, but things have moved on since then. I'm a lot more used to using the software, so it takes me round about sort of 10 to 15 minutes to edit a review together, then about 30 minutes to export it, and then about another 30 minutes to upload it to YouTube. So all in all, if you say that I spend 2 weeks testing a product and about 2 hours per product to actually produce the review. So not an easy job, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. I love gadgets. I love the Mac. I love everything about technology. So I feel very lucky that I'm able to use these products and often loan them from the companies, so I don't have to spend my own money, which is a big thumbs up. I wouldn't be able to afford to buy all of this stuff. Of the products I actually review, just to let you know, I do get this asked a lot. A lot of people comment, how do you afford all of these gadgets? Well, about 90 to 95% of the products I review I'm actually sent by the companies, by the manufacturers, and they loan me the product for anywhere between 2 weeks and a month. So once I finish with the product, they normally arrange a courier to come and pick it up, or I pay for a courier, which is a bit of a worry sometimes when I'm sending a printer back. But I don't actually have to buy the product. It's only a small percentage, about that remaining 5% of the products I review I actually purchase, and it's because of a need. I need something, or I really want to buy the product, perhaps even as a gift for somebody. Perhaps I've got somebody's birthday coming up, so I buy the product and I review it first, polish all the fingerprints off and then give it as a gift. But more often than not, if I do buy something, it's for myself. But the rest of the time it's all loan product. It does cost, and I hate to say this, running the YouTube channel and my website does cost money. I probably spend round about £100 to £150 a month just on costs like postage costs, video costs, and electricity, things like this, and tapes and bits and pieces that I need to produce the reviews. Even things like the bulbs went in my studio lights a couple of weeks back, and they cost me £10 each to replace the bulb. So it does have a small amount of cost to me, but I don't mind that because I enjoy what I do. So very good question, and thank you, Cetrafan, for asking that question about how long it takes to make the video. I've given you a bit more information than you wanted, but it certainly is enjoyable, and I wouldn't do it day in, day out if I didn't want to bring you some informative reviews. And the reason I actually do it, apart from enjoying the technology, is I get annoyed with reading these little magazine articles that are more like an advert than a review. And I also hate it when I see on YouTube somebody just with a picture of a product or just unboxing it and saying, yeah, it's fantastic, it's the best thing I've ever bought, and not going in depth into why it really could make a difference to how you enjoy the product. If I think a product's rubbish, then I'll tell you. I mean, I don't know if any of the viewers on here have watched my review of the Sony DSC WX1, but that product, that little digital camera, looked like it would be fantastic, but when you recorded video, it recorded the noise of the zoom lens going in and out, so it was buzzing throughout the video. So I was happy that although it would put a lot of people off the product, why should you spend your hard-earned money on a product and then have it produce video with noise in it? So I was happy to be able to bring you that unbiased opinion on that particular camera, and I'll continue to do that with every video I produce. If it doesn't serve the purpose that it was built for, then I'll let you, the viewers, know about it. Well, that's about it for now. I would like to keep these UStream broadcasts around about 30 minutes. I want to say thank you to everyone who came across to the UStream channel to view this broadcast, and I will be back here next week, so come back next Sunday for the Geekanoids Mac and Tech Show. It's going to be every Sunday, 10 AM Pacific Time, 6 PM GMT. So certainly come back next week to watch the next episode of this show. If you get a chance, check out my YouTube channel. That can be found at youtube.com/Geekanoids or youtube.com/DaveOMrMac. Either of them work. and I'll look forward to seeing you all next week.